Grenade penguins were buffed to no longer attack syndicate agents, and they had their cost reduced to only 5 TC. They still explode on death, and they can also still be triggered manually. So if I go to the uplink real quick and I go to explosives, buy the grenade penguin, it goes in your hand like normal, and if you put him on the ground, he ignores me, and the timer was set to 10 seconds, so after 10 seconds, he is still going to explode. And they cause quite considerable spacing damage. The grenade penguin can also be used like a grenade in a way, and can be thrown at the nearest target, and if you manage to kill them before... If you manage to kill a grenade penguin beforehand, they explode and do considerable damage. Firelock warnings, where the Firelock warning pop-up has been made more noticeable, and it's now set directly to your character instead. So it has big red pop-up now, and it tells you a gush of air will blow in your face. Or in this case, it's actually good because I want to reoxygenate it. I want to repressurize this room. But for other cases, you definitely don't want to space yourself, and this should help reduce that just by a little bit. Mopping blood has been fixed. It's been broken for a little bit. But you just simply take your mop to the puddle, and you keep mopping it until it's gone, and then you can wring it out in your bucket. The scalpel is now capable of butchering animals, but it does it 50% slower than normal sharp tools. But in a pinch, there are a few extra scalpels on every station, and this might be what you get access to as a doctor, and could be useful for butchering things like Ian, or Renault, or whatever you need to butcher. Spaceacillin was given a very interesting change. It is no longer the catch-all, cure-everything in any amount of dosage. With just 5 units of Spaceacillin, you're safe. But if you take 10 units of Spaceacillin, or more, you start taking cellular damage. And cellular damage is quite nasty. It is the damage that makes getting cloned harder, and as of right now, there is no way to heal it. So be very, very careful taking your Spaceacillin dosages, and only make sure you're inferring with your doctor if it's safe to take the dosages. Don't just start chugging 50 purple pills and wondering why you're out of the round. Cryopods now properly transfer the reagents from the contained beaker to the patient. So you simply just put the beaker in there, and the beaker will slowly pour into the patient. And I had 100 units of iron in there just to show you. And if I come over here to the Chem Master, you can see 8 units got injected automatically. And it'll keep going and going and going. Several new good artifact effects are added to the game, and I am not the person that will go through all of them. I want you to figure them out yourself. But some of them can exchange from spawning money to charging nearby batteries or acting as a permanent intercom, things like that. There's quite a few things. And there's one of the new ones. It spawned a monk. That is all the changes I will be covering for now. It wasn't necessarily it wasn't like a slow week or anything, but a lot of it was like very minor behind the scenes changes. And as always, I obviously encourage you to go through the changelog yourself, but I just included things I think are more interesting to gameplay, more interesting to me personally, and I think were the patches that you're more likely to see. So thank all of our wonderful contributors and maintainers for keeping this game up to date, adding a bunch of new stuff every day, and fixing a bunch of stuff every day. And go through the patch notes yourself, see what you might find interesting. Just because I didn't put it in here doesn't mean it's not interesting once again. Because even things like the gas canisters dumping their contents has cool gameplay potential. But I just didn't include it in this one. And that's all I could think of for now. Thank you for watching. Short update video, but that's okay.